This is the free motion quilting tutorial for Rattlesnake. This video is being sponsored by the Gidget 2 Affordable Sewing and Quilting Table. This sewing table is perfect for getting your machine on a flush surface with the tabletop, which makes a huge difference when quilting your quilts on a domestic sewing machine. Check out this table, big enough even for the huge Bernina 830 at daystyledesigns.com. Now let's learn how to quilt Rattlesnake. This design is stitched by first coming up with a long, wiggly kind of tail shape. Then you're going to go inside of this shape and you're going to fill it with kind of a back and forth figure 8. You're not really trying to cross your figure 8, you're just kind of wiggling back and forth. And this is actually a previous design from the project called Lacy Lattice. So definitely check out that design if this is not very clear. It is very small in this video, so it's kind of hard to tell exactly what I'm doing here. But basically I'm just filling this space, this snaky shape, with this texture. And it's making it look almost like a rattlesnake, the skin of a rattlesnake. Now I'm going to travel stitch all the way back down along the edge of this wiggly shape, and then I'm going to travel stitch a little bit along the edge and I'm going to echo it. This is going to make it stand out a little bit on the surface of the quilt. It's going to make a little bit of space between this and the next rattlesnake, and I just think it looks a little bit better rather than kind of stacking these up all together, kind of squishing them kind of haphazardly. I really think that echo adds a lot to this design and makes it look a little bit better. Now, technically this is kind of an echoing design, but it's very, very similar to Tangled Snakes, a previous design from the project. Basically the process of creating that long wiggly branch and filling it, and then echoing it if you want to. So I'm going to call this a branching design, and branching designs generally move over the surface of your quilting space very easily. You can wiggle them into just about any area, but I think in this particular design would actually look really good on a larger scale. So it covered lots of your quilting space with every pass, and it allowed you to get inside there without it having to be quite so dense, quite so tiny. You can see it's a little bit of a challenge to deal with all these tiny areas of this quilting design, and you're going to have that. It's just, you can't get around it. You're going to have those kind of weird areas, and you've just got to figure out the best way of filling them consistently. And you know, when all else fails, back and forth lines works really, really well. So here's what it looks like whenever you've filled a good section of your quilting space, and where possible really try and stitch as big of rattlesnakes as you can in the area. This way it looks the best, it fills the fastest, and it doesn't end up kind of all turning into a big, like a teensy tiny mess. You know what I mean? So even though I don't have very much space, I still wiggled in as big a shape as I could, and then I'm filling that with Lacy Lattice, again as big as I possibly can for the amount of space that it allows. So that's it for this video. Here's what it looks like whenever you finish Rattlesnake. For over 250 videos on free motion quilting, plus the sewing table that you saw at the beginning of this video, check out daystyledesigns.com or freemotionquilt.com.